So I was listening to a recording or a session of Bashar. If you don't know anything about Bashar, I suggest that you go to his website. It's www.bashar.org. He is a extraterrestrial being who is channeled by Daryl Anka. He's been doing this for over 40 years, and for this amount of time, he's just been talking to us and giving us knowledge from everything about how to hack our way of life into a much faster way. He has given us a hack that gets us faster into consciousness, faster into alignment, faster into living life the way that we were created to originally live our lives. So that's what I meant to say. But in that transmission, I suddenly heard my ego, and my ego said, I'm afraid that if I do activate all the power that I have inside of us, we are going to use that power in the wrong way, and we won't be able to control it, and we will be the ones to cause harm to Earth, to the people, to everything that we love and adore about this place. And I said, okay, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I have talks with my ego. I have talks with my ego. I sit them down. I invite them to sit down, and have a talk, have a discussion. Because I understand that we, and when I say we, I mean me, myself, and I. Me, the physical body that you see, my ego, the root of my emotions and mind, and my higher self. That is we. And that is our Trinity, my Trinity, who I am, part of what makes up me, in more than a physical sense. So, I invite you, if you're having the same kind of doubts, invite your ego in. It may sound crazy. It may sound weird. Who cares? If you feel like, well, fine, I'll just do it. What's it gonna hurt? What is gonna hurt? But you may actually gain something from it. So I'll tell you what happened. This is the conversation that I had. I said, ego, I understand that you have been occupied for so long with carrying all this extra baggage that I unwillingly and unknowingly knew, but unwillingly and unknowingly gave you, because I didn't know how to handle it, and I just kept throwing things on you, giving you things left and right. You ever so graciously kept accepting them, and there were lots of moments in my life where you would sound the alarm and say, whoa, 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 what's going on? We feel angry, we feel scared, we feel whatever. And I now understand that those were warning because you, ego, were just trying to love me. You were trying your hardest to love me in the best way possible that you knew how to. But now, and side note, I already apologized to my ego for doing what I did to it. Unwillingly giving them a lot of things that I didn't need to carry. But I first needed to understand that there was a higher self, myself, and my ego self, to be able to know who to direct who I'm talking to so that I can integrate all those three parts of me and become the Trinity that we are. My kitty just came and just sat down into our session. She's a little camera shy. Okay, Lucy, sorry. She's like, oh, no, look busy, look busy. Anyways, so I sat down and I gave ego this example. I said, it's like this. You picture yourself carrying a box. And you have a backpack on, and you're just going about your day. And all of a sudden, you've been carrying this box, this backpack, and doing your routine ever since you've been aware that you have had this job and this responsibility. And then all of a sudden I say, hey, put down that box. And you're like, what? What do you mean, put down the box? Put down the box. No, why? Why am I gonna put down the box? Because it doesn't belong to you. Well, I have it, so it belongs to me. No, it doesn't. That's why you need to let go of that box. And it feels like the box is a part of you. And you're emotionally attached to the box. So then you're gonna go through this stage where you're carrying the box and you're like, okay, carrying a box that's not mine. Carrying a box that's not mine. I wasn't meant to have this box. I wasn't meant to carry this box. And you look down at the box and your hands have the box. And then somehow it clicks and you go, well, let me just put down the box. Let's see what happens if I put down the box. You put down the box and you feel this attachment. It's almost physical. You feel the attachment to the box. You start to worry. Nothing's happening to the box. Nothing's happening to you. But it's natural what you're going through. Because you have been in charge of that box ever since I gave it to you. And because I am a part of you and you are a part of me, you took it as a big responsibility. You took care of that box as best as you could. You tried your darn hardest to make sure that not only you were safe, that I was safe, but that the box was safe. And now all of a sudden, the person who gave you the box is telling you, well, that's not yours to begin with. So you're, what? Why did you do this to me? I'm tired. What? I gave the box a name. I'm that attached. So let's go back. Now, you're standing next to the box. The box is no longer in your hands. And I said to my ego, now look at your hands. Let's not look at the box. Let's refocus your attention to your hands. Now your hands have been in that position for so long because it's been carrying something, which is the box. Right? So now you can do all the kinds of different things with your hands. Don't worry, look, the box is still there. It's okay. Refocus. Look at your hands. They may look like they're empty, right? And you feel like you should have something in there. And it's okay. That emotion and that feeling is also okay. And move your fingers. I gave myself my thigh a massage. And I said, now I can do this. If my body hurts, I can attend to it. Use it for its purpose. If I have my hands free, my cat will come to me. And I can now experience giving her affection. And I can experience her soft fur, her warmth, the purr. So many other things that I can do now. Are you in pain? Ego said no. I said, that's correct. Because there's nothing that the box has that's supposed to feel like you're hurting, because it's not yours, it doesn't belong to you. So now let's refocus your attention. What else can your hands do? They can build. They can work on this hair. I'm sorry, I woke up and drank my coffee and anyways. They can do so many things. They can make me breakfast, a nourishing breakfast. So many things. The possibilities are endless, right? And then, as I was saying that, I felt my ego walking away from the box, just naturally, intuitively. And then I introduced my ego once again to my higher self. And I let my ego aware of the fact that it is very important. And this is what I said. I said, ego, our higher self, myself, and yourself are part of our Trinity. That is who we are. That is what we are. We are equal parts of the whole. Not one is more important than the other, not one is less important than the other. We are equals. I cannot function without you, you cannot function without me, we cannot function without our higher self. This is how we learn to live and progress. How we upgrade by working with each other, not against each other. And I'm sorry that I didn't know that I was giving you so much to handle, because I didn't know. I was giving myself so much to handle. But because we are, all three of us, as a Trinity, we make up a really strong being. We have different roles to play. And there are certain things that you can do for me that my higher self cannot do. My higher self wasn't meant to do. My higher self was meant for things that you and I cannot see, cannot perceive, cannot feel, cannot know, cannot understand to a certain degree. And this is part of integration until we fully integrate. We just will continue to separately work together as a team, as a whole, as a one. And now I feel peace. Now I feel peace with my ego, a side of myself that I have been ignoring for so long. A side of myself that even sometimes on social media, not to say these people have, or trying to guide me in the wrong way or whatever, it's just their experience, right? But I've been seeing these videos saying, well, you gotta kill your ego, you gotta not listen to it. Remember, the ego's you. You are a Trinity. You are yourself, you are your ego, you are your higher self. And within that, there is another Trinity. And another one, another one, another one, right? Anyways, so maybe this helps somebody. And if it doesn't, well, I'm very glad that you stopped by. I hope that you actually do get something out of this message. And yeah, I will continue to post as much as I can and as much as I can express, because it's very hard for me sometimes with the happy challenge. It's nothing that I say, oh, it is a tough mountain to climb. It's not. It really isn't. It's a happy challenge that I gave myself, and I want to continue to do it. But from my understanding and the lessons that I have learned thus far, don't ignore your ego. Your ego is a part of you. Think of your ego as that little child of you. You as a little child. That came out wrong at first. But you get the gist. So, integrate that part of yourself and know that there is another part of you, which is your higher self, that is supposed to understand the things that you and your ego don't understand. And that's okay. That is who you give the things that you don't understand to, because it'll go, oh, that doesn't belong to you. Here, I'll give it to somebody else, or whatever. It goes into the ether, right? Who cares at that point? It's not yours. Why care for it, right? But also understand that there will be a process of all of this. And in every single step of that process, it is okay to feel whatever it is that you feel. That's your ego communicating with you through your body and your emotions and your feelings to let you know what's going on. Hey, if it's fear, then you need to sit down and talk. If it's happiness, it's like, wow, don't you feel less boggled down, less stressed, more relaxed? And that's what I told my ego. I said, well, now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to take off the backpack. Now you get the foot massage. Now you get the vacation, in a sense, so that you can learn to relax and relearn how to use the muscles that you're supposed to use for the reasons and the purposes that you're supposed to use them for. And this is self-care. And one important note that I want to make, if you don't understand it, is taking care of your ego is self-care. Taking care of your higher self is self-care. Taking care of yourself is self-care. You are an important Trinity. You are just as powerful as I am, as I like to refer myself as we. Because I now understand my levels. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, all of me. And I hope that you also get there too. It's a beautiful journey. It is challenging, but challenges are good. That's the only way we learn. And if you are interested on how to get to where you need to get to in your life in a faster way, I recommend to go to the website, to Bashar's website, because that's how I've gotten to where I've gotten. That's how I have found so much knowledge and wisdom and understanding of not just the universe, but of myself and everyone. And I'm still learning a lot. I got a lot to go. But one thing at a time. I love you. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. And I'll see you around.